Hi, good day to you, Scorpio. Welcome to Meenakshi Tarot. Meenakshi here. Today is the 19th of April, so if you see this reading anytime from the 19th of April onwards, then this is definitely meant for you. So, first card, the Garden and the Gate. So some of you are seemingly in a place that there's a lot of contentment and peace and happiness, and you see this prosperity. But you also realize that you can go beyond your now and move to something better. You choose to stay where you are, and while it's wonderful to stay where you are, you remember that there is the wide open world there for you. There are options and choices for you to make, and it's up to you whether you want to make that move. Some of you could be very worried about making any moves because you're afraid of what the future may hold. It's almost as though you see disaster in your future. However, you need to be very mindful of yourself, Scorpio, that, even though this says storm warning, this is something that could just be passing you by. This could be yourself or someone in your space, woman holding a coin, somebody very generous, somebody very caring, somebody who shows you this love and generosity. So you could be dealing with this person, or you could have this person in your space. And let's see, what is this card wanting to jump out here? So definitely something from the past coming back into your future. We are seeing here some of you dealing with past situations, relationships, but it's also something from the past. You may have been stuck in your happy bubble because something from the past has kept you stuck, but there has been some situations where there has been drama and gossiping and all kinds of issues that have unfolded, and you have a choice to make with regards to these situations. You see, you've got Temperance in reverse, Five of Cups in reverse, and the Magician in reverse. So you're going towards, you need to realize that these situations from the past is things that you need to overcome. And you also need to realize that by facing these situations might cause many of you to feel out of sync, out of balance with yourself and with the universe. But you need to hold strong in your situations, knowing that you have what it takes to succeed in your life and in whatever it is that is going around here for you. We see that the situation of this deceit and this lies that has happened has left you very exhausted. And while, you may be celebrating and trying to enjoy where you are right now, some of you might be feeling a little bit more in despair because these things, you may have thought it's behind you, but there's this matter that is still lingering. So you have a choice. You have a choice to move forward, and you have a choice to be in a state of love and peace and tranquility. But we are seeing as well that some of you are facing a situation where you are feeling very disempowered. You are feeling in a very difficult phase. It's like, everything that you had done in the past is basically, in some cases, Scorpio, has actually caught up with you, and you need to deal with the consequences of choices and decisions that you have made in the past. So now I'm using playing cards, and I'm going to see what is it that the cards have to say for you. And I'm going to link up all of this to see how is everything linked up and what is the story behind it. And yes, you can use playing cards as well. So we can now use these cards. So some of you could be dealing with a very ambitious person, somebody who's very hard working, very ambitious, but could be yourself as well. Very hard working Scorpio, very ambitious about things, about where you want to be, things that you want to achieve. And this is somebody that you may have known in your past or may have known for a while. And the relationship is based on this, being hard-working energy, this energy of creating, this energy of being so blissful. But you need to also be very aware that even though you have this beautiful energy of creativity, you need to also be aware that there can be a lot of love in the situation. There has been a lot of love and care. For some reason, this situation makes you feel afraid. It's as though some of you could have been in very fearful that you were in some kind of a relationship or some kind of a situationship that is being very unhappy. It's almost as though you're having this awakening, maybe opposition from within your family and relatives, and this is making you feel very unstable with where you are right now. We see that, even though, which is actually quite a bit of a contradiction, we see that because of this negativity, this spitefulness, there was this energy of spitefulness and chaos, but for some reason it allowed a lot of prosperity, and the prosperity that it brought made you very exhausted. So this is a bit of a contradiction here. It's as though there was a breach of confidence. There was a situation where this deceit has led to a lot of disappointment and fatigue, and you just wish you can get away from it. But Scorpio, you do have to face it, because there has been a lot of unnecessary trouble and disagreements, and like I said, breach of confidence that has left many of you feeling extremely devastated by what has happened. So so we are seeing these situations unfolding here. So it's very interesting situations unfolding. It's as though some of you may have had to make some choices in your life when it comes to relationships and people, and how you are doing things and how you are interacting with people. And it might seem like you have made the right choice in your situations, but some of you might also be facing a situation where there has been a very difficult ending, and it's almost as though there has been some difficulties. Situations have come to an end, and you really do need to face that there's certain things that have come to an end, and it makes you feel very unhappy that things are, and it fatigues you. It fatigues you that it is like that, and I can totally understand why you would feel like that. It's understandable. It also comes down to the fact that some of you might have just invested yourself and your time in friends that have not been very good examples, and that has been very problematic for some of you. So we see this happening, that you could have invested with friends that are not very nice people, and they have breached your confidence. But there is a lot of this choice that you have to make. This choice that you have to make for yourself is about new beginnings, about where it is that you want to be and how is it that you want to be. It's almost as though some of you could be looking at some kind of a home industry or some kind of a general prosperity for yourself. So you need to be very mindful of that, and you need to allow yourself that when you make these choices, that you got to make these decisions based in love. You know, you can't just choose something for the sake of choosing it. You got to choose things that you really enjoy doing and that you really do love doing. So we are seeing a situation where this love situation, some of you are moving towards somebody who's very malicious, or it's like this love situation that you need to reinvent. You must probably see this person as a very malicious person, a very unscrupulous person, somebody who likes to scandal, and maybe somebody who's open to bribes and coercion. So you might be dealing with somebody that you see in this light. Some of you might be dealing with a person that wants to come into your space, and you see this person in a very negative energy, with this very negative light, and this keeps you and makes you feel very disempowered. So very interesting energies coming through here, that you need to be very mindful of the people around you and the friends that you choose, okay? Interesting. And be careful and mindful of the advice that you're getting, Scorpio, where you're getting this advice from. So we got the Four of Pentacles. Many of you, I see, are wanting to hold on to your situations, to your truths, to what it is that you have, but you got to be so mindful of not being so spiteful and holding on so tightly that you're not allowing things to grow and to change for yourself. We see that there is this opportunity for financial change, but it's a change that's going to happen gradually. It's not going to happen overnight. And no matter how hard you hold on to your financials, it won't cause you to prosper, if anything, you know, because change will take time. Anything worthwhile will take time. So there are lessons learned from this past. There are situations from the past. And you need to be very mindful of these things that you have done in the past, and these choices that you have made, because they are all there for a learning experience as you move into the future. So, Scorpio, hope you guys have enjoyed this reading. Please, if you'd like to book a reading with me, you can on www.meenakshi-tarot.com. You'll find my details there. So, please take care. Until next time, goodbye, Scorpio.